The Nintendo Switch is dead. Well, not quite yet, but the Nintendo Switch is coming up on its 7-year anniversary, and rumors are going absolutely nuts about some kind of a Nintendo Switch sequel coming soon. With an insane amount of games released for this console, I've compiled what I believe to be the top 10 best games for the Nintendo Switch. Imagine just recycling a 3-year-old game and slapping a deluxe on the box. There's no way people would actually buy it, right? It's absolutely bonkers to me that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a re-release of a 2014 game, and has gone on to become one of Nintendo's highest-selling games of all time. But hey, this game totally deserves to be the best-selling game because it is the definition of fun. Name me a single person who does not like Mario Kart besides Amexophobics. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe features the Mario Kart gameplay that we all know and love. It has some of the greatest courses in Mario Kart history: Sunshine Airport, N64 Rainbow Road, even Mount Wario if you're a freaking freak. It even took the depressing battle mode of the original Mario Kart 8 and finally added a battle mode that's actually worth talking about on the box. 8 battle mode specific courses and 5 different types of battle mode. Heck, even the feather item returns exclusively in battle mode. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the perfect game to bust out no matter who you're playing with. If Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is what happens when you recycle a 3-year-old game, then Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is what happens when you recycle an 8-year-old game. Luckily, Super Mario 3D World is just as fun as ever. While it may be subjective whether the sandbox 3D Mario games are better than the linear ones, I think we can all at least agree that Super Mario 3D World is a fun and enjoyable time. The Nintendo Switch version forgot to let go of the fast forward button, and now your characters are freaking racing through these levels. Pair that with 4-player multiplayer, locally or even online this time around, and you're bound to have a fun time with other players. And obviously, with this game being made by Nintendo, the level design and gameplay is a blast. Double Cherry Pass where you can have multiple Marios. I think I had a dream like this once. Shadow Play Alley makes some silly uses of shadows. And freaking Mount Must Dash is a reference to Mario Kart. This game is an absolute hoot, and I can't imagine there could be anything on the bottom of this box. If you missed the sandboxiness of Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Sunshine, well, here you go. Included with Super Mario 3D World comes Bowser's Fury, an all-new 3D Mario adventure that takes place on one continuous level. It's so cool to just run to a random part of this map and immediately start a challenge to get a new cat shine. It's a completely seamless map, no loading screens, no hub world, just exploring. You can even get a second player to join in and play as Bowser Jr. to help you along your journey. The fun just does not stop with these 2 games in one neat little package. I think we can all agree that life kinda sucks sometimes, and we often just dream of escaping to a deserted island. Well, now you can with Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Nintendo Switch. You play as a villager traveling on a deserted island getaway with 2 other animals. As you continue working and building, you can invite new villagers, add amenities, and decorate your island. It's actually quite incredible how many hours you can end up sinking into Animal Crossing without even realizing it. During your journey, you're also given a Nook phone, which allows you to collect Nook Miles by completing little challenges. It becomes quite addicting to do all of these challenges and see your Nook Miles increase. And since this game follows your real-world time, you can even celebrate holidays in the game if you're a complete loner, like me. For all of the RPG lovers out there, you can find quite a few options on the Nintendo Switch, whether it's Dragon Quest, Super Mario RPG, and of course, Pookemans. But personally, I am going to go with Paper Mario: The Origami King. The Paper Mario games are fun and lighthearted RPGs which follow a 2D Mario on his adventures across the Mushroom Kingdom and beyond. It's also one of the most controversial Nintendo series, with many diehard fans being very unhappy about the direction of the most recent Paper Mario games. In my opinion, Paper Mario: The Origami King has some really fun action-y gameplay, which is perfect for newcomers, as well as some classic RPG elements for the diehards. Paper Mario: The Origami King takes your traditional turn-based RPG and adds some unique twists to them. There's this new ring mechanic in which you can line up enemies to perform different attacks, and this can feel like some fun little brain busters to try to get all of the enemies in the most efficient spot. There's also a bit of puzzle solving and platforming throughout this game, which I think adds a nice bit of variety, and of course the story is very fun and charming. The dialogue can be very funny and silly, sometimes even making me audibly chuckle as I played this game by myself. I think it's really nice because it's a side of the Mario gang that we're not really used to seeing. And as you explore new areas, encounter friendly characters, and battle enemies and bosses, you'll work to make King Ollie's evil plans feel paper thin. There are also many Nintendo Switch games that can spice up your next party. And if you're looking for a classic, tried and true chaotic party game, Mario Party Superstars will have you covered. This is a giant mashup of nearly every Mario Party game. There's the traditional Mario Party board game mode that we all know and love. Up to 4 players roll a dice, move across spaces, and play minigames in between. There are a total of 5 boards from Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, so you're able to get a different vibe from each of these boards. This game also features 100 minigames from Mario Party 1 through 10, including many classic fan favorites like Mushroom Mix-Up, Pushy Penguins, and Dungeon Duos. Plus, there is even an online mode where you can play full Mario Party matches wirelessly with friends or with random people around the world. So Mario Party Superstars is a great multiplayer game, especially if you have family or friends who have memories of the classic Mario Party games. Speaking of competitive multiplayer games, you may be surprised to learn that there are actually some shooting games available for the Nintendo Switch. And no, we're not talking about any rated M shooting games. We're talking about Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 is a family-friendly shooter where you shoot ink to take down players and enemies. It's a very interesting take on the shooter genre, with a lot of really cool and unique gameplay mechanics and strategies. Now, Splatoon 3 primarily focuses on online battles, which means that you will need a working internet connection, as well as an active Nintendo Switch Online membership. You can play the traditional Turf War, in which you play with a team of 3 other online players to try to paint as much surface against the opposing team. If you're feeling a bit adventurous, there's also Ranked Mode, in which you play one of the rotating games to try to level up your overall rank. Some of these games include Splat Zones, where you try to capture a zone until the time runs out, as well as Tower Control, in which you try to capture and ride the tower to the opposite end of the map. And there's also Salmon Run, which is a horde mode where you and 3 other players have to collect golden eggs by taking down enemy and boss salmonoids. And although there is a heavy emphasis on online play, Splatoon 3 does offer an offline mode that doesn't require the internet to play. There's a pretty in-depth story mode where you go through many levels that will test your Splatoon abilities, even including some intense boss battles. Now that we've covered the more linear 3D Mario game, it's time to talk about the more sandboxy open-world Mario game. Super Mario Odyssey is, in my opinion, the best single-player 3D Mario game on the Nintendo Switch. As you would expect, you play as Mario, this time journeying through a 3D adventure to stop Bowser from forcefully marrying Princess Peach. Actually kind of a dark plot if you think about it. Along the way, you meet a new talking Cap named Cappy, who allows you to transform into any creature that you throw him at. Now, I absolutely love the gameplay of Super Mario Odyssey for many reasons. For one thing, the game eliminates a lot of the linear aspects of Mario and just lets you free roam across different kingdoms. You collect moons by just exploring the map and completing puzzles, fighting baddies, or talking to different characters. No loading into a separate level or anything like that. Also, I absolutely love the variety of the kingdoms in this game. We have our staple Mario themes like sand or snow, but we also get some weird themes like the Food Kingdom, and of course New Donk City, which brings Mario into the hustle and bustle of New York City, complete with real humans straight out of Sonic 06. I love that this game goes out of the box with things that you wouldn't expect in a regular old Mario game. and possibly a controversial opinion, but I would say that Super Mario Odyssey is the Switch's version of Super Mario 64. Yeah, I said it. Now, after all of my hot takes, you may have to let out some aggression, and what better way to do so than by wailing on your friends in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. With the record of the most characters, stages, even music in any Smash Bros. Game, it's tough to top this one. It's so much fun to try out the entire roster of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. There are so many gosh darn characters in this game. Whether it's first-party Nintendo characters like Mario, the Splatoon Inkling, and even Ridley, as well as third-party characters like Snake, Minecraft Steve, and freaking Banjo and Kazooie. The character roster in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate feels like a celebration of all things gaming, and you're bound to find one of your favorites in here. You can play in up to 8-player Smash battles and duke it out with friends and family. And smashing is just as fun as ever. Monka. I love that every single character in this game has their own little characteristics and Easter eggs. And especially with some of the newer characters, there are some really interesting and unique little gimmicks that can make for crazy strategizing. You also get really in-depth customizations and rule sets that you can take advantage of, whether you want to play with stock versus time, or even turn off certain items. As the name implies, this is the ultimate Super Smash Bros. Game. Now, I wonder if there is a wonderful game for the Nintendo Switch that offers very fun and unique 2D platforming. Bluey the video game. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the latest 2D Mario game available for the Nintendo Switch. It is a complete makeover of the Super Mario Bros. Games that we've seen many times before. Basically, take everything you knew about 2D Mario and chuck it out the window because this game takes you on a wild ride. Right off the bat, the new art style and animation in this game is so lively and energetic, almost like something straight out of a cartoon. On top of that, this game just assaults you with weird and wacky ideas. The new Wonder Flowers turn the game on its head, with singing piranha plants, endless bubbles, and flying missiles. There's the new badge system, which grants you unique abilities, such as being able to float through the air with your hat. And Mario even turns into a freaking elephant. What more could you ask for? This game is 2D Mario at its finest, as well as its weirdest, and you'll be grinning ear to ear throughout the whole game. Now, if you're craving a large-scale adventure with tons of exploration and action, good lord, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom continues to amaze me. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild created a massive open-world experience in the world of Hyrule. Anything you see in the distance, you can travel to. And with Tears of the Kingdom, it turns it up to 11. Not only do you have the grounds of Hyrule to explore, but you also have the Sky Islands and the depths. And in order to do so, you can make use of the new gameplay mechanics which leave everything up to your imagination. For example, the Ultra Hand allows you to create all kinds of contraptions, such as vehicles, machinery, and this thing. There's also the new Ascend ability, which allows you to easily teleport to the top of whatever ceiling you're under. It's a really fun time to travel across the map, take down a bunch of enemies, and unravel the big story. But hey, listen, what negative things do I have to say about Tears of the Kingdom? Well, if you want to find out, check out my 30-minute review video of Tears of the Kingdom below. Let me know in the comments what are your guys' favorite Nintendo Switch games. For now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of our members. My name is Chase, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!